The Originator Connect Network, the nation's largest producer of mortgage events, is about fostering a community founded on professionalism, collaboration, and personal and professional growth, connecting you to the story of your success. Find an event near you at originatorconnectnetwork.com.
Welcome to The Interest. I'm Katie Jensen. Before we start our show today, we need to make a correction to yesterday's show where we mistakenly said the Supreme Court had ruled the CFPB's funding was unconstitutional. The court ruled that the structure of the CFPB violated the separation of powers. Please accept our apologies for the confusion. Now on to the question that's been on everyone's mind. Is now the right time to buy? Our own Mike Savino talks to Barry Habib about where the market is headed and how you can coach confused homebuyers.
The time to buy right now is now.
The conditions are ripe for buyers to start coming back to the market, at least if you ask MBA Highway's Barry Habib. Rates tumbled after the most recent inflation numbers, and that fall seems to be holding. Freddie Mac's weekly average put the 30-year fixed at 6.61% on Thursday.
I really feel that we're headed towards 5% on mortgage rates, and I believe we're headed there the first half of 2023.
Habib says inflation will continue to cool and that rates will eventually follow, while many in the mortgage industry have blamed the Fed and its rate hikes for a surge in rates. Habib says it's the 10-year yield we need to pay attention to see where rates will go next.
The key is the Fed hikes will help when the market believes you're starting to corral inflation.
But if mortgage rates continue to fall, how do you convince customers to take out a mortgage right now? Habib says you should recommend buyers act now before lower rates bring more customers back to the housing market.
The household formations are hibernating in a 7% market. At 5%, they're coming out.
Buyers can still try to negotiate a better price on their home. Better yet, they can get a rate buydown that keeps their mortgage payments down until they get a chance to refinance. And they lock down their dream home now.
It starts to amount to a lot of money, and I've got the rate I wanted. I think this is a really good opportunity to make a purchase in a home today.
But we know the economy can be fickle.
But there are some, like heating and fuel costs, which do push inflationary pressures a bit higher to be concerned with.
To hear more on where Habib thinks the economy is going, listen to The Principal, the Mortgage News Network's daily podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. For the Mortgage News Network, I'm Mike Savino.
Thanks, Mike. In other news, Carrington Mortgage Services has agreed to pay $5.25 million fine for violating homeowner protections in the CARES Act. According to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, Carrington misled owners into paying improper late fees when they asked for CARES Act forbearance. The $2.2 trillion CARES Act included financial protections for owners with federally backed mortgages. But along with charging late fees, the CFPB says Carrington also misled owners' forbearance and repayment options. On top of that, Carrington inaccurately reported forbearance numbers to major credit reporting companies. Carrington issued a statement saying the company agreed to pay a fine but doesn't admit or deny wrongdoing. Coming up, young adults want to buy a home, but they wonder when it will happen.
Don't miss the largest regional mortgage show in the nation. The New England Mortgage Expo returns to Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, January 12th and 13th. See us at www.nemortgageexpo.com. Start your year with the best connections in the industry. Dozens of sessions, scores of exhibitors. It's where success is written every hour. www.nemortgageexpo.com.
Welcome back. The vast majority of Generation Z wants to buy a home, but many are wondering if it's going to happen for them. A Freddie Mac survey found only 1 out of every 6 adults between the ages of 18 and 25 say home ownership is not a goal. And the vast majority see the perks of owning their home, things like having financial security and feeling like part of a community. But 1 in 3 Gen Z adults say home ownership at any point in their life feels out of reach. Gen Zers pointed to several hurdles that they're worried about. This includes having enough savings for a down payment, not enough credit history, unstable job situations, student loan debt, and credit card debt. And finally, today is the last day to submit honorees for 2 awards. We're looking for top women in tech and for leaders who are making mortgage industry more diverse. Self-nominations are welcome for each award. Diversity leaders are companies and leaders who are paving the way to make the mortgage industry more inclusive with our Diversity Leader Awards. Companies are eligible if they operate within any part of the mortgage industry and demonstrate a strong initiative for inclusion and equality throughout their business. Just go to nmplink.com/diversity to submit a nomination. We also want to recognize women who are bringing the industry and into the modern age, especially those who are pioneers and mentoring the next generation in their tech careers. Just go to nmplink.com/women of tech. Honorees for each award will be recognized in the future issue of NMP Magazine and on this show. We'll be right back with what else is interesting today.
The Originator Connect Network, connecting you to the story of your success. Find an event near you at originatorconnectnetwork.com.
Welcome back. Here's what else is interesting today. For anyone who owns a home, their mortgage payment is likely their biggest expense. So you'd think people would do a lot of research on which mortgage is best for them. You'd think. But a new study by Zillow found only 13% of prospective buyers say they spend at least a month researching mortgage options. By comparison, 12% say they spent the same amount of time looking into which TV to buy. For more on these and all of today's top stories, go to mortgagenewsnetwork.com.